Hey guys, it's Brooke here. Today I'm going to be discussing something that I've been doing a lot of research on lately, and it is called the Mandela Effect. Now I know there's lots of videos out there, lots of truthers doing this topic, but I just wanted to talk about my take on it. As you guys know, I'm an astral traveler. I've always been a spiritual person. I have a lot of crazy spiritual journeys and experiences I went through in my life. Excuse me, the weather's making my voice like this. I went through a lot of interesting things in my life, and I just want to give my take on the Mandela Effect, what I believe it to be, and I'm just going to give a little background on the Mandela Effect. Basically, the Mandela Effect is when you grew up, you remember things a certain way. For example, you remembered Bernstein Bears, or you remembered Jiffy peanut butter, or you remember J.C. Penney, where it was spelled penny as in P-E-N-N-Y. You remember things a certain way when you were younger, and you swear by it. I remember going to the store, and I remember it being this. I remember playing Monopoly, and the man on the box had a monocle, and now he doesn't. And I just had a discussion with someone about this yesterday, about whether Mr. Monopoly had a monocle or not. And so when I first discovered the Mandela Effect, I was doing some research on quantum physics and parallel realities. And I came across this phenomenon, and when I started looking into this, because when I grew up in the 90s, I remember things a certain way. Now it's different, and I'm like, well, did they change it, or did something really happen to alter our reality? As you guys know, a majority of us know that we're in a simulated reality. Dr. James Gates, who's a physicist, has discovered error-correcting codes in the fabric of our reality in mathematical equations. So more and more evidence is proving that we do live in a simulated reality, in a digital reality, where our minds are interconnected to a main source feeding us information as we perceive reality. And there's also experiments done where when particles were observed, where waveforms were observed, they actually turned into particles in solid forms. So when we observe something, it comes to be in our mind immediately, as if there's something projecting this information to us in our mind. So let's get back to the Mandela Effect. So basically, things that you remember when you were a child. When I was a child, I remember J.C. Penney, because we used to go there, being J-C-P-E-N-N-Y. But now I'm looking at the internet. I'm wondering if they changed something on the internet, like did a mass change or something, but now it's spelled differently. I think it's J-C-P-E-N-N-E-Y or something, and I'm like, I don't remember it being like that. That is so weird. And also Berenstain Bears. Now the reason why that one is really interesting to me is because my fiance, because I had this huge afro before I locked my hair, he used to call me a Berenstain Bear. And I was like, what is that? I looked it up. Oh, Bernstein Bears, I remember that. Those are those bears, those really cute bears. Now it's Berenstain. I don't remember that at all. It's either I'm going crazy, people are going crazy, or we're under some massive MK Ultra mind control experiment where different things were fed to different groups of people as we remember our realities differently. It could be a massive MK Ultra, or there could be people really fucking with the fabric of space and time, which I believe is true. Also, Star Wars. Luke, I am your father. Now, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan or a Trekkie or anything like that, but I do know that famous quote, because I was a huge 90s girl. I know that quote. Luke, I'm your father. It's not, no, I'm your father. That is definitely not the way it was. So that is crazy. Also, Forrest Gump. I loved Forrest Gump. That was one of my favorite movies. And I loved Tom Hanks. He was so adorable because he was such an idiot. He had so much heart. He accomplished so many great things, but he was just dumb as dirt. But that was the lovable thing about that character. It's like, you can't hate him. Even though he's like, has no common sense, he's just a lovable character. But anyway, Forrest Gump, the famous quote when he was speaking to the black lady who was sitting next to him, when he was telling his story to her, he said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And remember when his mother said that too in that scene. Now it's life was like a box of chocolates. I don't ever remember him saying was, to be honest with you. And I watched that movie thousands of times because I love me some Forrest Gump. That movie was so beautiful. You know, I love me some Forrest Gump, so I know what I'm talking about. Life is like a box of chocolates. That's the way I remember it. So there's definitely something going on that's very weird. Also, Mr. Monopoly. I used to play Monopoly with my family, and it was fun. And I remember Mr. Monopoly, I think his name was Uncle Pennybags, Moneybags or whatever. He had a little circle thing in his eye. And I remember that. And I just had a discussion / argument about this for almost an hour. Like, I remember Mr. Monopoly having a monocle. He had a circle eyepiece in his eye. And now when I look back at it, he doesn't have it. And I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. But when I take a look at Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, because I love that movie, when he did the scene where where Ace Ventura, Jim Carrey, was at this party, and this man came in there with this very tall woman, and the guy had a monocle and a mustache and stuff like that, looking exactly like Mr. Monopoly. And Ace Ventura goes, well, wouldn't you believe it? It's the Monopoly guy. Thanks for the free parking. I remember that because I watched that movie like religiously because I love Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. So why would he refer to the man in the movie with the eyepiece monocle as Mr. Monopoly if that isn't what it was? But now he never had a monocle, which is interesting. What else was there where they had a weird change that I remember here? Let me just see. Just give me 1 second. Oh, okay, so there were some quotes in the Bible that I remembered because people kept quoting them over and over. And I think it was something like, I totally forgot. I don't even remember that Bible quote. Let me see if I could find it. It was a Bible quote that, well, I don't remember it right now, but I'm going to talk about this other thing. Oscar Mayer wieners. Now, I liked hot dogs when I was younger before I became vegetarian. And I decided to be vegetarian because, you know, I'm a lot healthier because I've been noticing I've been getting sick. But Oscar Mayer wieners, I remember it to be Oscar Mayer, not Mayer or whatever the hell it is. I know what I remember. Okay, so let's talk about Kit Kats. I remember Kit Kat having a dash, or, you know, because now it doesn't. And I didn't even think about it. You know, someone was like, did you know that Kit Kat didn't have a dash? I'm like, I thought, because I ate a lot of Kit Kat bars because I like chocolate. So I'm like, Kit Kats don't have a dash. What the hell? Here's another one that I personally know. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Now, I know that was the line because I looked at a lot of Disney cartoons and movies. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Now it's magic mirror on the wall. I'm a magic mirror. I don't ever remember her saying that. That was crazy. I remember mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Let's take a look at this one. Jiffy. I talked about that. Fruit Loops. To be honest with you, I don't remember how it was spelled because when you were a kid, yeah, I didn't really know how that was spelled anyway. I thought it was fruit, F-R-U-I-T, Fruit Loops. Apparently it's F-R-O-O-T. Wow, I've never seen that one. Okay. And those are just a few examples of the Mandela Effect, which there are altered states of reality. And I believe what's going on, a few things are going on. Because we live, and this is why I mentioned that we're in a digital world, because we live in a computer simulation, or what the common mainstream term is the matrix, all realities have been already calculated into the system depending on your choices. So all your choices that you ever made, there's already a mathematical equation or a situation already created for a line of events to happen if you chose to go in that direction. So what's ending up happening is there are people that are playing around with CERN and the Hadron Collider and these time travel devices where it's kind of like, because they understand, the elites know that we live in a simulation already. That's no news to them. There's only a few people that don't know that, don't want to believe it. But they're messing around with the fabric of time. They're crossing parallel universes. In one universe, it could have been Fruit Loops. In this universe, it could have been Fruit Loops like this. You know, in this universe, it could have been this. So all the possibilities are merging at once and shifting, and it's creating some confusion. Also, when I travel in the dream state, I went into certain, I had certain dreams where certain events played out in my life that if I made specific choices. So I've seen my alternate realities through the dream state, through the astral traveling. So that's how I know that this system has every single situation already programmed into it, depending on your choices in your life. And what's happening is the crossing and the merging of these parallel universes. Because there are people that are going through time and changing these things, which is really not, I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it's really bad because a lot of people are confused, and a lot of people, it's just a form of mind control as well. It's like, to them it's a ha-ha joke. Oh, we changed this, we changed that, no one really knows the difference. And the only thing that they can't change is our soul memory. Our souls and our minds will remember. And God gave us this gift because God knew that they would do this bullshit. They've been doing this bullshit since ancient times. The dark forces, they want to manipulate time, and they want to cross parallel universes together and just to mess people up, because we don't understand that we're in a computer system. And they have these computers, I think they're called, I'm not sure if it's D-Wave computers, but they have computers that are so intelligent that can change and hack the fabric of our reality. And this is the truth because an entity showed me this in my dream a very long time ago, before all this stuff came out on YouTube. So this is real, this is true. We are in a computer system, it can be hacked, possibilities can cross paths, parallel universes can cross paths, and this is very real, okay? And the Most High is great because our memories are intact, where we can become aware of the changes in the matrix or the computer system. So this is what's happening these days, and a lot of astral travelers see this, a lot of psychic people see this, a lot of ascended masters and elders have reported on this since ancient times. There are beings that want to manipulate the matrix and hack it and get everyone under mind control, get everyone confused so we don't know what's going on. And that is exactly what's going on, guys. And there's more information about the Mandela Effect online. There's a lot of research. I did do a lot of research on this topic, and it is quite scary because Bible verses have been changed. I swear on my life, J.C. Penney was J.C. Penney as in P-E-N-N-Y. I remember going to the store. I remember the J.C. Penney Day Parade. I went to that. I remember the way the name was spelled. Everyone's saying it's something else now. So we definitely need the Most High. We need to get right with God. We don't have to be religious. You know, religion is just another, it's spirituality serving political agendas. We got to remember that. Religion has some good stuff in it, but we need spiritual. We need God. These times are, you know, extremely messed up, and there are kids playing with matches, you know, trying to stretch and bend the fabric of reality. And there are certain laws that we have to follow in this universe, and these people will get theirs. They will get theirs eventually for doing these kinds of things in our reality. But if you also want to see your alternate realities that have already been planned by the Matrix, you pray and your mind will show you. I have so many alternate parallel realities of if I made these choices, I'd be here. And I would see it already play out in my dreams. So, and you know people who have those deja vus and stuff like why have I been here before? There are multiple realities going on at the same time. In your mind's eye, your mind, you only see one playing out at one time because it's based on the choice. Guys, and don't be afraid to share your experiences with the Mandela Effect in the comments. If you remember something a certain way, like I did, and you're like, what's going on? Why is it like this? Share your experiences. We have to get to the bottom of this. They're all, like I said before, there are people in this, you know, in this matrix that want to hack it and confuse everybody and make everyone feel stupid and lost under MK Ultra mind control to the highest level, which is hacking the system of our computer reality. Alright guys, have a great day.